Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Attack on Titan. This is season 3, episode 5. So much is going on at the moment. It seems like Erwin might get executed unless someone or something intervenes. Then we also have some mysterious people approaching the Levi squad. What's going to happen there? So many questions, but I just really want to jump into it. So, unless you have anything?
No.
No, all right, then let's do it. And you can, of course, always check out our full length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Attack on Titan at the moment, where we are several episodes ahead. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. Let's go.
Echo?
Go.
Why?
I don't know. Let's go. And Hanji is doing some good work.
Yep.
Actually trying to unite the people so we can get some sort of uprising. Oh man. Do you think Nile, someone like Nile and a portion of the military police, they might intervene because they know that Erwin is onto something?
I don't know.
And at least that's what I hope that, conversation there at the end was about between Erwin and Nile. And then Pixis might also do something. Holy fuck.
Medieval.
Yeah, just about to say that. It's medieval as fuck.
例えば今この瞬間、ウォールローゼが破られたとします。ウォールローゼの住民を再びウォールシーナ内に避難させることになりますが、瞬く間に住民のほとんどが生存競争を強いられることになるでしょう。
Yep.
ウォールローゼとシーナ、二分した人類による内戦の開始を意味します。ウォールシーナの壁を破るのは巨人ではなく、ウォールローゼの住民である可能性はゼロではありません。
Fucking uprising.
Civil War.
それともこの状況を打破する何かしらの秘策があるのでしょうか。
今君がここにいるのは駅内の未来を話し合うためではないし、殺人という単純な罪を犯したせいでもない。人類憲章第6条、個々の利益を優先し、人類の存続を脅かす。
That's what you are doing, all of you.
そして誘拐を装い、エレン・イェーガーを隠匿したのだ。関わったディモリーブスの口を封じてな。
今や君こそが人類の脅威となっているのだよ。
Fuck's sake.
この狭い人の世に一度火を放てば、燃え尽くすまでそう時間はかからんでしょう。調査兵団がその火種となるなら、今のうちに消すべきでしょう。何より、巨人が壁を破ってきた際、人があまり残っとらんようじゃ、巨人に呆れられてしまいましょう。
Funny.
エルヴィン、このまま終わらせるつもりか。
では、陛下の名のもと、判決を言い渡す。エルヴィン・スミス、人類憲章第6条に。
They just want to get rid of him.
Yeah. Boom!
Yep. There we go.
突如出現した超大型巨人および鎧の巨人によってカラネスクの扉は2つとも破壊されました。
Berthold and Rainer are back? Or
急げ！住民の避難が最優先じゃ。あ、ダメだ。ウォールシーナの扉をすべて閉鎖せよ。
Sorry, I'm so mad at
避難
these
民を
people.
何人たりとも入れてはならんぞ。
because of what Erwin just said.
Yep.
Yeah.
先ほどその者が言った通り、内戦が始まるだけだ。中央政府が機能しなくなる恐れもある。そうなれば終わりだ。
So now you trust what he's saying.
This fascism all the way, man. I hate this.
Pixies, what are you gonna say?
力は見つかっているのだ。あとは器が受け止めるまでここで持ちこたえればいい。ああ、レイス教さえ戻れば。やるしかない。扉を塞ぐんだ。待て。待ってたら手遅れだ。
選ぶのは誰だ。
何をしている。早く動け。
Niall.
Come on.
できません。
何。
Yes.
おい。
俺はウォールローゼの人間だ。
Yes.
すまん。私も加勢しよう。
Oh, oh!
ざっくりこれは一体。
先ほどの報告は誤報です。
Yep.
ご安心ください。
Boom.
Fucking knew it.
何の真似だ。
首謀者ならわしじゃ。
They're ratting you out.
中央憲兵の大半はどこかへ出払っておるようですな。
Oh, yeah. No one to guard you guys.
あなた方にも同調していないと。
Yep.
わしはこのエルヴィンと同じ思いを持ちながらも、結局はあなた方政府に任せる方が、もしあなた方がより多くの人類を救えるのであれば、エルヴィンを処刑台に送ってもよいと思う。
But you just proved that that's not your main concern.
民主が従うと思っているのか。
Sure.
民主は王に貸し付くのみだぞ。
どうやら理解しておられぬようですな。これはただの脅しではない。クーデターじゃ。
It's a fucking coup.
中央憲兵の制圧完了いたしました。
Holy shit!
あなた方の先ほどの判断こそ人類憲章第6条違反。
Boom.
さらに偽りの王を立て政治を私したことを加えれば極刑に値するかと。
Okay, Erwin is not the one who's gonna get executed.
そう、起きろ、ホイボリ。
なんじゃ飯か。
黙れ、この役立たずが。
He is completely useless. Fuck.
お前の勝ちだな。あ、嬉しくないのか。人類はより険しい道を歩まざるを得なくなったぞ。
Overthrowing the government.
It's dangerous. I had to be fucking done, but still, things are about to get even more dangerous. Oh.
というわけでクーデターは成功。王都も行政区もザックレス総統が仮押さえ中だ。
でもテーブス会長の件は。
あれが濡れ衣だって証言は取れたからね。息子のフレーゲルが奮闘してくれてるよ。
王政の連中は俺たちを救う気なんかねえんだ。
Yeah.
そうですよ。今度巨人に襲撃されたらもう何も残りませんよ。その前に真実を書きましょうよ。
Oh, damn.
Yes.
Got the media on that side.
つまり我々は自由の身だ。
Oh, things turned around quickly.
そんなバカな。
In your face.
一人一人の選択が世界を変えたんだ。
Everyone stepping up.
お前から預かった3人も死なせてしまったな。
Oh.
すまない。それから中央憲兵の一部、その親玉とエレン、ヒストリアはまだ別の場所にいる。
Yeah, there's still
早
that.
いとこ見つけねえと。
それなら手がかりがある。
Mm.
この戦いはそこで終わりにし
Where
よう
did。you find this?
Underground chapel. That's certainly a place we haven't seen yet.
振り付けに変わる真の王家から新しい王が立ち、民を導く役割を担うことになるでしょう。
果たしてそう簡単に民衆が新しい王を受け入れるかどうか。
一体何を信じればいいのか。
To earn the people's trust.
Yeah.
今日まで人類を巨人から生きながらえさせた術があります。エレンを手放し、仲間の命も自分の命と共に責任を放棄し、王政に託すべきだったのでしょう。
Nah.
君の使命は相変わらず辛いな。死んだ方がはるかに楽に見える。
Yeah, that would be the easy way out.
昔から奴らが気に食わなかったからだ。ムカつくのだよ。偉そうな奴と偉くないのに偉い奴が。つまり君らもやらなくても私がくたばる前に一丁かましてやるつもりだったのだ。とした悪党だろう。しかしそれは君も同じだろう。
He is.
私と同様、人類の命運よりも個人を優先させるほど。
I don't believe that.
とんだ思い上がりをしていたようです。私には夢があります。子供の頃からの夢です。
I want to know the truth.
I want everyone to know the truth. Or, yeah.
エルヴィンから託されたレイス卿領地の調査報告書がこれだ。とにかく最初からかいつまんで話すと、ロッド・レイスという男は領地の主としての評判は悪くなかった。しかし5年前の夜、悲劇は起きた。世間の混乱に乗じた盗賊の襲撃によって村にある唯一の礼拝堂が焼け落ちてしまったんだ。悪いことにその夜はレイス一家が全員揃って祈りを捧げていた。そして一家の主ロッドレースを除く。
That's why Historia is the only remaining heir.
Yeah.
その地に種か仕掛けがあるってのか。
今はそこまではわからない。それより私が気になったのは礼拝堂が全焼したところにある。礼拝堂は石造りだ。破壊するには相当な時間と労力がいる。
It wasn't just bandits.
その後彼は自分の財産で礼拝堂を建て直してる。なぜだ。
Is he a fucking titan?
これが私の早合点だとしても、こんだけ怪しければ十分我々が向かう価値があるはずだ。
Yeah. What the shit?
なんだ。
Oh, this is the underground chapel.
Whoa.
私たちが急がないとエレンが食われるかもしれない。
Well then, fucking hurry.
巨人になれる人間を巨人が食べることによってその能力が継承される。エレンはいつどうやって巨人になり誰を食べて。
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Historia.
What? So who's eating Eren?
Is it her?
Fucking hell. There's a thing or two to talk about here. But that was episode 5, at least. Thank fuck. Erwin did not get executed. Of course, something else was gonna go down. He had a whole plan there, and still with uncertainties, but he was counting on the right people to sort of intervene.
Yeah.
And even someone like Pixies, who, as he said to the royal family, like, I needed to see whether or not you had humanity's interests at heart, or if you were just looking out for yourselves. So that whole ruse, what they were doing there with telling them that the wall had been breached, and immediately as they said it, I was like, no, I don't see that happening at all. That can't be true. Like, Aina and Bertolt, they're not back already. Or, you know, of course it could have happened, because like this story is, it's always surprising. So it of course it could have happened in that way, but at least it seemed like that was just a ploy. It was. And things really turned around there. Like, I did not expect for that to be, it's not that it has been completely resolved, but at least when it comes to like the fake royals and this fake king, that actually got resolved in this one, and they got rid of them, kind of. Yeah. Of course it's never easy, and the people, you know, trying to understand what's going on, and who can they, like, who's gonna lead them, this whole military coup. I understand if some people are afraid that the military is just gonna take over completely. But at least that was a cool surprise. That was a really cool surprise. But everything that sort of went down in this episode, it was kind of self-explanatory. It's not like there's a lot to dive into and analyze, because like we were uncertain of what was going to happen before going into this episode, obviously, and knew there was some sort of plan in place, and maybe we're gonna have to like figure it out, and we're gonna get some more breadcrumbs. But as I just explained, like, no, it all just got sort of resolved in this one. So what is there to talk about, really, besides the fact that we're obviously happy that it went down this way, and Erwin is still there. I do think it was some interesting conversations between some of the characters, between Erwin and Zachary in the end, where we also found out that Zachary was like I was probably gonna do this anyway at some point. Like I've always hated these fucks. So I might have done it like before I kicked the bucket anyway. That was sort of fun. But he also brought up like an important point in the way that, well, most people don't want to die, and when it comes down to it, they will put themselves in front of everything else if they're in a situation where they might die. And he surmised that, you know, that's probably the same case with Erwin. Like no matter what he says, like deep down he's just like Zachary himself and like so many others, you don't want to die. But
that's like, it's innate. It's something.
Yeah.
Like literally, the reason why we have like we have like a survival instinct and everything is because the way that we are biologically coded. Because so this is gonna be very sad, but like the biological meaning of existence is just to like spread your DNA and multiply and reproduce. And a part of that is like you want to survive because you want to ensure your own and your offspring's survival. And the way that your offspring's survival is secured is if you're alive. Yeah, exactly.
Same as if you're in an airplane and those masks come down. Put it on yourself first and then your kid. Sorry, example, but yeah.
Yeah, but at least
sorry.
It was a little out of left field.
I know. I just thought of it and thought, hey, that might be something to say, and then I realized immediately after, nah, just shut up.
But I think like the instincts of, we also want people that are close to us. Like it doesn't have to be your offspring. I think that's also very specific for at least higher intelligent mammals or animals, and of course humans. It's very specific that we want not only our offspring and our like part to survive, we might also want humanity to survive, right? And then there's this whole like the whole conflict in Erwin where he's like, yeah, but is it really important then that like, because if we need humanity to survive in general, like he was kind of like weighing the two options, like if you lose half humanity because of like we lose Rose, he was just kind of weighing the two, because if we lose half, is that better than losing all of humanity or vice versa, right? Because that was also the scenario they set up in the courtroom or in the throne room, where it was just like, yeah, well, if it happens that Rose falls, then all the evacuees they're going to have to come inside a wall. Sina. And that means that there's going to be a shortage of supplies of any sort.
Yes.
And of course, people in power and people with privilege don't want to give
any of that up, as we've established.
It's not even necessarily that you're giving stuff up. It's just like you're sharing your privilege. But yeah. And so that's the whole thing, right? And the whole like civil war and everything. Yeah. And I think most people by this point know where I'm standing on classicism like this, and also because it was also like, said it before, sprinkled with some fascism here and there, because they just want to be in power because they have the power and they want to stay that way, and they rather want that they keep the power than the safety of humanity and like saving other people and stuff like that. And yeah, so you can think about what you want about that.
Definitely, and that's at least, you know, from where we're sitting, from Erwin's point of view and many others as well now, is what you just said about the royals. They just want to save themselves. They just want to hold on to their own valuables and their lands and all that. Yeah, privilege. But there is still, and I think that's where some of the doubt comes in for Erwin, is the fact that he doesn't 100% know what they're up to and what they have been doing. And whatever they have been doing for the past 100 years, it has kept humanity relatively safe in a sense. So I get the doubt where it's like, should I just have let them do whatever because they've already been successfully protecting humanity. I know that's a lot of air quotes, but um,
But
but I do, like, me personally at least, think that he made the right decision, and these royals, these fake kings and whatnot, like, not to be trusted at all.
yeah, but I can't help but wonder, like, because we've seen like some ominous stuff about like how people are kept inside under the false pretenses that the walls are going to keep them safe, and that they're not seeing how they're being locked up inside. And then I can't help but think, are the royals or the government, are they keeping people inside because they don't want them to see that there's actually a world outside? And they don't want, like, they just want to govern people, you know, and they just want to be in power.
Yeah.
So they don't want to get rid of that privilege of being in power. If people find out there's actually a world, and like a whole world outside the walls, and it might be safer than originally thought. We don't know what it looks like, and we know that it's been a wish for many people to know what's outside.
Yeah.
And
how much have the royals and those people, how much have they been contributing to what the world actually looks like outside, and the amount of titans? Because we've already seen some stuff from the past, and with Ymir specifically being pushed over the wall after being injected and turning into titans. So it's everything that's been leading up to this point, and the way that they have been ruling and governing. Why have they been doing things the way that they've been doing, besides the fact that they just want to hold on to their power? Like, there must be something else there, or it started as something else. And I think that's what Erwin and us as well, like, that's what we really want to see, and what we really want to get to the bottom of, so to say.
like, what happened before the walls, and what happened like when the walls suddenly were there.
Exactly.
You know, all of this, like, well, history stuff. His father was a teacher.
Why?
So of course he's like, yeah, I really want to know what
Exactly.
happens and how that's affecting our life today.
Yes. Again, like, besides the obvious, they just want to stay in power argument, then, like, what other thing made them keep the entire population there in the dark? Like, what is it they don't want them to know about what happened prior to the walls and all that? So still a lot to unpack.
But if a titan gets a power from eating another titan, who had powers to begin with?
Where do those powers even come from? Is that, you know, something created, or was it already there? Is it from some other being? Like, that's, again,
that was just like a quick little,
again, a lot to unpack.
Absolutely. Still a lot of mystery.
Yeah. But then with everything that happened there in the capital, and how it all turned around, those news got to Levi's squad, and that was just sort of a fake out with the cliffhanger in the previous episode for them, where, you know, people approaching is like, oh no, something's gonna happen. But no, it was just Hanji and Moblit, so, and them giving them the news. And now they have to hurry the fuck up and find Eren and save Eren. And we also got to see where Eren is at the moment. That looks pretty freaky, pretty spooky.
Yeah,
place.
like very cultist in a way, you know, where you kind of expect vampires to come out. And
well, yeah, or something, but no vampires, no nothing like that. Not a big crowd, or it was just Eren there in change, and then Historia approaching in the end. But we also saw a quick, like, glimpse of, I don't know, something that was going on, like when Eren was sort of waking up. We saw a person, like, combing their hair in the mirror, and
a rich person.
But that person, who was that? It looked like a rich person for sure. Was that someone from Lord Reise's family, or because the person also, and I might be completely wrong here, it was just something that I imagined, but the person sort of looked like Eren, just with long hair
And blue eyes.
They had blue eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. and Eren's eyes are obviously green. So, yeah, I don't know, but there's definitely a connection there, and there was something more with Lord Rice's family as well, and how they died under those circumstances. They said it was bandits, but then the chapel was destroyed. What destroyed the chapel? Why did Lord Rice put so much energy into rebuilding it?
But I think that's because it was actually just like some sort of like an exterior kind of a ruse, you know, like, so you have the exterior, but it actually conceals what's underneath, and that's the underground chapel.
Okay.
I
like
think it's something like that, because that was why it was so important to him that it was built up and at the same place, because then it's kind of like shielding or like concealing that there's actually an underground.
There's actually something else going on. But I'm also like, what really happened to his family? I don't buy the fact that it was just bandits and the chapel did get destroyed somehow. If Lord Rice has Titan powers, did something go wrong and he inadvertently killed his own family?
Ate them,
or like, what the fuck is going on there? I have a feeling we might actually get into some of it in the next one. Perhaps that's at least where it's leading.
Yes.
Do you have anything you want to add to this one?
No, not really.
All right, fair enough. Then that's going to do it for this reaction and review of Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 5. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.